Hello! You will now see I've achieved certification in Soul Midwifery for Angelic Reiki. I achieved this in March. I've kept this quiet because just getting used to the idea, because at first I thought Soul Midwifery was all about birth. And it was something my Reiki master and my wife Angela encouraged me to attend and go on. And then I realised it was all about death. Or you could say the rebirth, because I believe, being a psychic medium, that we survive. And if I do the past life regression, I also believe that we've had previous lives, and I do believe in future regression as well. So I've always had a little bit of anxiety, you could say, being a fully trained civil celebrant where I do weddings and funerals, about doing funerals because I'm so sensitive around others that are grieving, or having issues, or I'm always sending that healing, and it did affect my ability to do funerals. And the first one I had was a suicide, very hard, very emotional, because I lost a brother to suicide, and it brought back my emotions. And I know we're trained to kind of take a step back from the emotions, but it's very difficult being the sensitive person I am. And then the second funeral I did was my own uncle, who I spent a lot of time with in Canada during lockdown, and he sadly passed away, and I had to do that service over in Fort William. And I managed it, and funny enough, I ended up in hospital that weekend after the service because I was quite ill with a urine infection. And it kind of put me off doing funerals and stuff like that until recently when I went back on and did this course. It made me realise that I had perceptions about death and programmed, you could say, by institutions, schools, family, churches about death. It's something we don't talk about. But we all die. And I believe we all live on, but I don't want to die yet, so please don't think of doing that. But it should be a celebration, it should be something not to fear, especially if you've been given a diagnosis, a terminal diagnosis, or like me, being diabetic or have one of these conditions that could lead to a shortened life. But we can surprise a lot of people and live a lot longer than you realise. This has given me the confidence looking at this, dealing with death and helping families deal with death and helping you as a person deal with dying. And it's something we should talk more of. And when I'm doing my shows, I bring in messages, loving messages from spirit. I don't want the negativity. I always make sure my messages are positive from the other side. Sometimes I don't totally understand it because it's up to you. I'm just a middleman. That's hence why I called the medium. But they're always loving, positive messages that I try and give from those loved ones that have passed over. It's like a voice. Sometimes it smells, it's visions, clairvoyance. It all comes through, and I just give it to the people in front of me and to the person I'm drawn to. And it usually means something touching when you get the validations. Now imagine I've got all these skills. And imagine, you've got a situation, a family where yourself or one of the family members have been given a diagnosis. There's not always a lot of help. We have like million nurses and stuff like that. Sometimes they don't get what they want or need, or maybe they don't understand the process. This is what the soul midwifery was all about. And I have a totally new understanding, and there's lots of techniques and tools that we can use, which I already had, by the way, to help them, could say, move forward to their next path in life, because it is a transition. So I'm making this service available. I'm not sure what I'm going to charge because it would depend on a client's situation, but just treat it as they were coming for a session with me anyway, and we'll see how that goes. But I want to offer this service because people forget I am a Reiki master and a healer as well as all these other things that I do. And I want to help people be happier near the end of their life as well. And also help the families and those surrounding them. That is what I'm all about because I am a healer, and mediumship is part of that healing process. There's a lot of techniques that are brought up in the course. Also, there's advice there on, getting yourself sorted out, wills and all that. There's all that kind of help and support, and I work with other people. So take a minute, and read through, have a wee think, and listen to the blog. If you want more information, please get in touch. I am there to assist and help you. And it is all about the person that's dying. It's not about their family, it's about them and their wishes and needs. And sometimes you don't always get heard. So that's what I'm there for. I'm there to be their voice, their champion, and sometimes to tell the truth, their truth. Because sometimes we may think that they want something or they want to go down a particular path and they don't. So it's confidential and it'll be totally between me and the client, and the family will also have support and kind wishes for myself. So thank you for listening, guys. I know it's a difficult subject to talk about, but I'm always here regarding all these subjects anyway. So thank you once again. Thank you.